Today you're going to be taking your Spiral 5 mini quiz, so I wanted to make sure that we went over some of these problems together. So if we just look over at number 1, find the distance, midpoint, and slope. I really hope everybody's okay with distance, midpoint, and slope. Remember the distance formula is the, let me not write in highlighter, is the square root of x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. If you did x2 minus x1 and y2 minus y1, that's fine as long as they're the same. And my midpoint formula is x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Notice I'm putting parentheses around my midpoint formula because it's an ordered pair. It's a midpoint. It's the point, the ordered pair in the middle. My slope formula is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. So if anybody has any questions on number 1 specifically, I want you to pause this video and make sure everybody's okay before we continue. If we go over and look at number 2, translating, remember this squiggle means not. So this would say, if Amber does not get a flu shot, then she is healthy all winter. B would say, if Amber is healthy all winter, then she got a flu shot. And C would say, if Amber is not healthy all winter, then she did not get a flu shot. Friendly advice, I hope your ears are on. If PQ is my conditional statement, what would my converse statement be? I'd flip it. It'd be QP. This would be my converse. Let me not do that arrow. This would be converse. What about my inverse? It'd be squiggle P, arrow, squiggle Q. That's my inverse. What about contrapositive? Squiggle Q, arrow, squiggle P. That's my contrapositive. Okay? Hopefully your ears are on for that one. So let's go ahead and look at number 3. What is the relationship between each pair of angles? Same side interior angles. So if I preview over on this picture on number 4, same side interior angles would be this, let me make that a little bit smaller. Let's see. Would be 5 and would be 9. Are they complementary, supplementary, or congruent? They're supplementary. All right. What about alternate exterior angles? Alternate exterior angles would be like 1 and 14. Alternate exterior angles, they are congruent. Corresponding angles, it's like angle 1 and angle 9. Those are also congruent. Same side exterior or the same side are the same as same side interior. They're supplementary. Vertical angles, what do you know about vertical angles? They're congruent, and you might also want to put the little congruent symbol. Linear pair, what do you know about linear pairs? Supplementary. Alternate interior angles, what do you know about alternate interior angles? They are also congruent. Notice I didn't use that word complementary. Complementary means that they add up to equal 90 degrees. There aren't anything that add up to 90 degrees other than complementary angles. All right, let's take a look at number 4. Given the picture, A is parallel to B and C is parallel to D, what is not necessarily congruent to angle 6? So I know angle 1 is congruent to angle 6 because of vertical angles. I know angle 3. I'm kind of doing my ladder here. I know angle 8. I'm going to keep doing my ladder. Go back and do my ladder. That's all of them. So any number other than the ones that I circled, which one's not necessarily congruent to 6? 3 is circled, that's congruent. 16 circled, that's congruent. 12 is not circled, I think it's C. Let me try D. D is 14, that's circled, so my answer is C. Number 5, what's a parallel and perpendicular slope given those points? What would I do? I'd find the slope. What do you know about parallel slopes? They're the same. What do you know about perpendicular slopes? They're opposite reciprocals. So whatever my answer was, I would flip it and negate it. Let's look at number 6. Given a 27-sided figure, what is the total interior angle sum? How do I find that? How do I find the total interior angle sum? Well, I do n minus 2 times 180. So n minus 2 is 25. So I do 25 times 180. I get 4,500, so 4,500 degrees. How do I find the measure of one interior angle, assuming this is a regular polygon? Well, I would do n minus 2 times 180 all over n. So I would take 4,500 and I divide it by 27. I get 166.7 degrees. How do I find the total exterior angle? What do you know about all exterior angles? They add up to equal 360 degrees. And how do I find the measure of one exterior angle? Well, I take 360 degrees, which is the sum, and I divide it by the number of sides. So 360 divided by 27 is 13.3 degrees. What's another way I could write or find the exterior angle? What do you know? Well, I know an interior angle and an exterior angle are supplementary. So I could take 180 minus 166.7 and I'd get 13.3. All right. Let's take a look at number 7. Number 7, what is the sine, cosine, and tangent ratio of the following using A as the reference angle? I know on some of your homeworks it did not say that, so we're going to now do just angle A. So that's angle A, that's my reference angle. So I'm going to label O, A, and H. So sine of A is opposite, which is 16, over hypotenuse, which is 34. 16 over 34 can be cleaned up to 8 over 17. Cosine of angle A is adjacent 30 over hypotenuse 34, which can be cleaned up to 15 over 17. And tangent of angle A is opposite over hypotenuse, which is 16 over 30. Oops, I can't write. Which turns into 8 over 15. Last one. If sine of x is 2 over 3, what is the tangent and cosine ratio? So I gotta first draw a picture. Here's my right triangle. I'm gonna label angle x. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse, so this is so I'm gonna go opposite, which is right there, so I'm gonna put 2. And then 3 goes on the hypotenuse. So my question is, how do I find this length right here? Well, I got to do Pythagorean theorem. So question mark squared plus 2 squared equals 3 squared. So 9 minus 4, I get 5. So question mark equals the square root of 5. I just did all that in my head. 3 squared is 9. 2 squared is 4. I subtracted 4, I got 5, and then I square rooted it. So now I'm going to write cosine of x is adjacent rad 5 over hypotenuse 3. And now if I do tangent of x is opposite over adjacent. If you circle this as your answer, why are you losing points? Can't have a radical in the denominator. Multiply the top by rad 5, multiply the bottom by rad 5. So tan of x is really 2 rad 5 over 5. So those would be my answers. So hopefully I addressed all your questions. If there are any other questions, make sure you speak up before the quiz is passed out.